All right, guys, this is our very first ever Two Dudes Beer Talk, and we're just
Yeah,
gonna shoot the crap with beer. You know me, I'm Grayson, and then we got the other dude on the channel. We got Chris here.
we're
You'll
back.
you'll recognize his sexy voice from the Two Dudes and Six Pack podcast.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh, wait, we never had video, did we?
No, no,
It was just audio only.
this is we are rounding into the
Oh
20th
man.
century,
Right, right.
20 years behind, but
Oh man, everybody creaming their shorts now. They can see us, dude.
yeah, they're like, oh, they just turn video off. I'm just like
Right,
you,
exactly.
you.
Yeah, the voice made for radio definitely was
Not
was
even that,
probably
like they're
appropriate.
not even radio, man.
Exactly. Yeah. Voice made for podcasting back when
Yes.
no one was doing podcasting.
But yeah, so we wanted to do just like a beer talk once a month or however, I don't know, where we just kind of talk about what's happening in the world of beer and just kind of like just a couple of guys, a couple
Two
of
dudes
friends
drinking beer, man.
drinking beer, talking about beer, what's better than that? So
Exactly, exactly.
and of course, we have to start it off with just getting into our beer for the episode or whatever. So
Right.
I'll let you
Yes.
go first with this one.
All right. Okay. So I had an eclectic collection here, but I thought about it a little bit. One of the ones that I wanted to do, because we were talking about early days of beer, I wanted to think kind of around when I first started seeing beer commercials, some like the marketing stupid stuff that kind of worked, even when I couldn't buy beer.
Yeah.
So I picked up the classic
Oh,
giant can of Foster's.
Foster's. Oh my God.
Foster's, it's Australian for beer.
I was not
The thing
expecting
is,
Foster's.
is so stupidly big. Why is it this big, man?
You need like
But it
two
works.
hands to hold it.
That's what I mean. This thing is like, it's so dumb. It works still the same way. I honestly don't know if I've ever had it either. I want to say we have.
I mean,
I can't remember it,
the worst is when
but
you threw like a house party and somebody showed up with the can and you're trying to put the cans in the boxes. You're like, God, why?
right.
This
Why
doesn't
would they
fit
do
in
this?
anything.
So this is what I got. I got the Foster's Lager, apparently Australia's famous beer brand. I couldn't tell you otherwise.
I,
But the marketing got me. So I was like,
yes.
I'm picking up the giant can of Foster's. By the way, glass for comparison. Look at this fucking thing. It's ridiculous. It's horrible. Horrible.
You can't, that's hilarious. When the can is fatter than the glass.
That's what I mean.
That,
So completely done. But yeah, here we go. I'm gonna do a little pour. There's no way this whole thing's fitting in here. That's okay. Probably shouldn't anyways.
you gotta get
But
a
yeah,
bigger glass, man. You gotta get
you know,
the oil can.
exactly, exactly. We said go big or go home at this point, right? We're going
Yeah,
that we
yeah.
got
I
video
mean,
now.
yeah,
So
yeah.
there
I
we
mean,
go.
look,
It's
look,
the
just look at
giant
us.
can of
That is
Foster.
when you said that you didn't have a craft beer. I like that better. I think that's
Right.
hilarious.
Yes, yeah. Well, but back in the day though, this kind of would have been like an
Right.
import. An import would have been sort of like our version of like a craft beer. And actually, when you and I started first doing a lot of these beer reviews, most of them were imports anyways, because
Right.
nobody
You
was
had
really
to.
doing it.
And like yeah, back in the day when like Red Stripe was like it's like somebody brought a Red Stripe. Like
The
holy.
red stripe.
We didn't talk about this. That's
I thought we would get there with the Fosters. I thought that might come up.
oh my God. That is amazing. I'm glad you didn't tell me what beers you brought. That's the
I needed to
best
see
thing I've
the
seen.
real time reaction.
Yeah. If you have a Heineken in there, it's just gonna
No, man, I don't. That was it. That was it. I got a shitty PBR, but it's got a
okay.
Godzilla on there,
Ah,
and then
nice in the can form. Okay.
the can, and then Yingling has made it up into our neck of the woods.
Okay.
So again, not really craft, so to speak, but I've been
Right.
more with like regional stuff that we just don't get a lot of up here. Although now it's kind of saturated, but,
Okay.
but yeah,
That's that is
it's
the
all
man. Now I'm like I'm gonna let everything down because
no, no, that's all right. It's okay. Yours will probably be way better than
That's
this one we
funny.
got at my end.
So I'm in Malta at the moment, and the beer, there's kind of I mean, comparatively for size wise, it'd be considered probably like a micro beer in the States. But
Yeah, yeah.
here, it's like the only brewery, and so it's like every
Oh,
bar you
nice.
go to, that's the beer. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
a Budweiser, but you can't get it anywhere
Or
else.
just the bud of Malta.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah, and
Nice.
it was started, I think, by like a British company because Malta used to be British, and so a
Right.
lot of the beers are kind of British influenced. And
Nice, dude.
so I got two. So this is their like flagship. It's called Chisk.
Okay.
You add an H in there.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's just their lager brewed since 1928.
Oh, there you go.
So they got the obligatory medals on the back of the can. But the one I'm going to start with is their Farsons Blue Label. It's an amber ale, but it's
Oh,
nitrogen.
nice. Oh,
And
okay.
like
Dang, Nitro
I'm
Amber.
yeah, I'm a huge fan of when the breweries pump nitrogen into anything other than
Yeah,
stout.
damn.
Like I
Right.
feel like, I like it when they
So
try
much
it.
smoother.
Yeah,
I think it's a little colder actually. Would
and
that
it
be
like
off?
mellows out the flavor. Like it kind of I feel like it blends everything better.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
let's see if I can. Oh man.
Oh man, I was missing the characteristic when you pop open a nitro, they've
Yeah.
got like a nice crack. It's like a smoother crack than just our typical carbon dioxide.
It,
That's a
it
nice
does,
pour, man. It's like building in the glass a little bit there.
yeah, it doesn't have the widget like you get in a Guinness. So it's all
Sure.
that nitrogen is just sitting in the top.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, it does have a nice, I mean, it sometimes some of the
Dude, a nitro
nitrogen like
amber.
infused beers you get, I mean, you pour it and it just sucks. It's just like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I don't know. I've had this one before and it like, I don't know, it was super smooth. I was like, I have to get it again for when we talk because it just, I don't
Dude,
know.
I've been seeing more breweries nowadays, or more places, in fact, even like typical like pub bar,
Uh-huh.
having more nitro even on draft. So I think
Oh,
they're
really?
starting to kind of like incorporate it a little bit more.
Okay, nice.
I actually had a Kilkenny's Irish cream ale on
Oh, nice.
nitro at a
Okay.
local spot down here in Traverse City, which was weird. Like I was like, I didn't expect them to have something like that.
Yeah.
They're kind of like an Irish pub, so you had the Guinness, obviously, but
Yeah.
the Irish cream ale on nitro was surprisingly good, super smooth again, low ABV, so you could kind of drink it
Yeah.
for all day if you really needed to,
Yeah.
once you had
I
shit
don't
going
think I've
on.
had that one on at nitrogen before.
It was good. It was solid. It was
I was
good.
gonna say, yeah, I like a good, I mean, sometimes the nitrogen just doesn't work, but I like it when they try it. So,
Yeah, me too. Me too. I feel like, give it a shot at least.
yeah.
All right, what's the
Yeah.
first sip like on your side?
Oh, I jumped the gun.
That's all right. That's all good.
So I had something all planned out and I was like, I gotta drink the beer, man. There's a beverage here. But
I got a beverage here, dude.
yeah, I don't know. It's just nice and creamy. It's got that. I mean, the amber is pretty straightforward. There's nothing really special about it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
the nitrogen kind of smooths out that like that maltiness that sometimes kind of gets a little scratchy on your tongue. So
Sure. Yep.
it's just a smooth kind of kick back and relax kind of beer.
I like
Sorry, my
it.
dog decided to start eating food
That's all
in
good.
here. And yeah, 4.7%. So,
Oh yeah, can't go wrong with that. That's not bad at all.
no. How's the
All right, let's see.
Foster's?
We gotta try the Fosters here. Let's see here. It's just a product of marketing, dude. Because it's
Right.
really not that like great of a beer. It's really got like not a lot of flavor.
Right.
I I would qualify this as almost like a lighter Bud Light, to be
Okay.
honest. It does have a little bit of like some maltiness on the back end.
Okay.
But like up front's like nothing special.
Right. It's one of those beers where you better drink it before it gets hot because
Yeah, for
it's gonna
sure.
taste
That's
like
definitely
ass.
it. Which again, a problem with the can. Like who's just like
So big.
selling these things? Like by the time you get to the bottom of this can, if you're just hanging out like at a tailgate or something like
Yeah.
that, this is gonna be
Just
warm as hell. Look
good.
at this dumb thing. Yeah, Foster's, man. I've heard it's just not. I've heard it's not great, and it's not great.
Well, see, a real
Beer.
Australian would have slammed that beer by now. So it's like
You want a knife? This is a knife. Slams it
I
down.
just think of that Simpsons. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
We played
Yeah.
Knifey Spoony before.
Dundee pops it with the Bowie knife and then shotguns the whole
Yeah, you got a
vagina thing, the whole
shotgun of
thing.
Foster's. That would be insane.
Somebody do that. We'll get an audience and they can
Yeah.
then submit some stuff. And I want to
Yeah.
see somebody like with the shotgun of the actual Fosters.
That's
They got to keep it down
yeah.
too.
Yeah. That
I
it
would
only counts
accept
if you
the
keep it down.
I would accept the funnel. The shotgun would be more impressive, but if you could funnel the whole thing, that'd be equally impressive.
When was the last time you did a funnel?
Shoo, man. God, it's got to be over 2 decades at least.
Right. Yeah.
It had to be like mid 20s somewhere. I
Like,
haven't been around the a crowd with any kind of funnel gear in a while. So we
well,
should
you,
bring it
you
back.
you've got nieces and nephews that are getting into the college age. So I mean, you just got to
Yeah.
show up to their college parties and be the cool
Yes.
uncle
Exactly. Exactly.
shotgunning Fosters.
Unfortunately, we're now approaching the Frank the Tank age group now.
Hey, that's a good age though. You just
I
don't
know,
care. It's
right?
like it doesn't
Yeah,
matter
exactly.
anymore.
I think we might be hitting a sweet spot.
Yes, this
Uh,
is
that
where you can still kind of hold your beer because in a couple years you might,
right.
it could be a problem.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But while
Dude, that
we're
old
drinking,
school movie's got a whole nother angle to me nowadays. Now that I'm old, now I'm like, maybe
yeah,
I could be that guy.
yeah,
Trying
you
that.
could be. I have
Oh,
full confidence in that.
I faith, full faith and credit. Thank you, thank you.
But while we are enjoying these beers that still exist, wanted to kind of like pour one out for some of the craft beers that have fallen by the wayside since we last talked. Of course, it's been a little while since we put out a podcast. So I probably several quality breweries have closed,
Shut it
but
up.
yeah, I wanted to point out two specifically that I know that both of us had connections to it, so in some shape or form. But it'd be I'll start off with Rogue Ales
Oh man, that's right.
as
Forgot they. Yeah,
that was I think it's because we started doing the beers, so long ago. And back
yeah.
then the only beers we could find besides, Foster's and Red Stripe
Right,
where
right,
we
exactly.
go to World Market and we get like the Belgian big bottles.
Yep,
And then
yep.
you brought in one day, you had a Rogue Dead Guy Ale, and it was
Yeah,
like the bottle and had like the painted on.
yeah. The 22 ounce
Yeah.
bottle painted, uh, glow in the dark paint too, which was even like cooler.
I forgot it was glow in the dark. That was
Yeah,
I feel like that was one of the first, I mean, not including Blue Moon, which I guess you can't really count that as a craft beer, but I feel
right.
like that was like the first real, like, this is craft beer that, like you showed me. And that was so that was always like OG craft beer for me.
Yeah, for sure. Mine was probably I think the first one I had was called Moose Drool, which has now
Okay.
kind of come over. But at the time, this would have been probably early 2000s, somewhere between probably '02 and '05-ish or
Okay.
so. And it was I'd gone on a climbing trip out to Oregon, and it was just another brewery out there, so you could get it, and
Yeah.
it was awesome. But the Rogue, dude, the Rogue was like coming our way, and it was kind of cool to see it.
Yeah.
Uh, and again, sucker for marketing sometimes, but they had that little skeleton dude in there,
Yeah.
and it was called Rogue Dead Guy Ale. So I was like, that sounds kind of awesome.
Right.
And the bottle was glow in the dark, so I was like, let's give it a shot. And it's actually a surprisingly good beer. It's like I remember it's sort of like a heavier amber kind of beer. It's a
Yeah,
fall beer,
yeah.
definitely more of like a fall beer.
It's been a
I
while
gotta
since I
look it
had
up real
that.
quick.
I just remember we were disappointed when they went from the painted logo to like the wrap logo. It was just like,
Yeah,
oh
for sure.
man.
That's like always a sign of like just something's probably not right over
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But okay, I just pulled it up. It was a 6.8 ABV German style Maibach, which
It's
at
a
the
my
time was a
bad.
crazy, crazy style to kind of do back then.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
good,
you get
man.
like a kind of a British style pale ale and then, like the
Yeah,
red and stuff. But yeah, the Maibach was especially for like where we were at, it was just like, what is this
yeah,
like this?
yep. Yeah, I remember getting pretty messed up on a few of those way back in the
Well,
day.
6.8, I mean, outside of those some of those Belgian beers that, were like 11%, that
Right.
was, pretty hefty because I think that was when like wheat beers were really starting to kind of come along and most
That was
wheat,
like the big style. It was like
yeah,
the wheats, like the Oberons and like the Blue Moons and the
the Rod.
Hogardens.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I can't believe what happened with Rogue though, dude. They
I-
just like
It just seemed financially
recently
they were
too.
just kind of not running very well. And I think, I mean, we'll get into this in a bit, but just like I think craft beer became so saturated with stuff that even the classic beers just couldn't stand out anymore. And that kind
Right.
of brings me to the second craft brewery I wanted to point out that's closed, and that's Anchor Brewing
Oh
in
yeah.
California, which was around for like 130 years.
Anchor was like, yeah, they were like a stalwart.
Like their Christmas ale was one of my like the one with the
That's
like the,
that's
the,
the
the
one.
Christmas
Yes.
tree on it. It was always
Yep.
like a must get because they tweaked it a little bit every year, and there was always a little
Yeah.
different Christmas tree, and there was just something about like I don't know. That was one of my go-to holiday beers every year.
I'm just pulling up on my site over here, and it's just like that was such a good beer, dude. That
Yeah.
was like one of the first ones where like besides like the Belgian style that
Hmm.
had like a major like spicy floral
Yeah.
kind of like palate to it.
Yeah.
This one had that, but like a much more muted but more drinkable kind of uh flavor palette, I guess. And then
Yeah.
like you said, they kind of always tweaked it year after year, whenever it was, but like that year's was different from the year before, and then the next year's was going to be slightly different. Like it
Yeah.
just wasn't always the same formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, that this was like a great brewery. This was like
That
one of
was
the, like you said, like one of the oldest breweries too, right?
yeah. I mean, I think they invented like the steam beer, which was like a blending of a lager and a pilsner, so it could
Right.
like last longer when everyone was doing, when everyone came over and was mining. So it would last longer without being refrigerated on the shelves. So they had like, of course, nobody makes steam beer anymore, but
They should.
yes.
We all yearn for the mines, right? Let's get
Yeah.
this beer
I
back.
mean, it's only a matter of time before, AI sends us into like weird minds and
Yeah, we
we
got to become
demand our
human
steam
batteries to
beer.
power the AI machines.
Yeah.
We're gonna need the steam beer to kind of keep us going.
Yeah.
This is so sad. You look it up, it's just permanently closed, which is like somebody said that it's coming back, but it doesn't seem
Yeah.
like it.
Apparently somebody, I don't know if they
Would they
technically
buy the
bought the rights
recipe?
to it or
Yeah,
whatever, but that was like a
not
year
the same
ago and
deal.
nothing has happened yet. So,
And it's the thing is, it's never gonna be the same either. Like you got to
right.
have the continuity of like the people that are creating the beer.
Yeah. Yeah. It can't just be like the same label stuck on it. It's got to be the same recipes. It's got to be the same, but I don't know.
Dude, I can't think of one off the top of my head that's fully closed, but what I will say on my side is just the general commercialization and like the more that these tiny microbrews get bought up by like these bigger companies.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like Founders. Founders used to be. I still like Founders, by the way, but it's
Right.
just not the same as it was when it was an independent brewery.
Right.
So I pour one out for like the old school Founders when it
Right.
was just like the original group of guys doing it before it got like the big the big company kind of came up and bought it all up.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. They just kind of come in there and try to, it's all dollars and cents and not so much quality and recipe and stuff like that. And
Right.
uh, to me, it just hasn't been the same. Even like the going to like the brewery is still kind feels a little different
Have you been to
nowadays.
the Founders Brewery lately? I mean, I went
Been a
a couple
minute.
years
It's been
ago.
like a couple years, I think, since
Yeah.
we've been down that way. I mean, again, they still do a generally okay job, but anytime you got like a small brewery um, that then starts mass producing everything and gets like a nationwide distribution, like it's hard to maintain the same kind of semblance of quality.
Yeah. Yeah. That's which is I guess we can move into where we can just talk about like the current craft beer situation. You know, a lot, I mean, more craft breweries are closing than opening. I think I saw last year like 400 breweries about closed.
Yeah.
And of course, we had talked about this early, I mean, previously in podcasts and whatever, about it was starting to get kind of saturated with
Yeah.
the
Everybody's
market.
Mr. Beer Kit almost everywhere. It felt
Yeah.
like.
Yeah. And like a lot of the breweries were, it felt like they were opening more to make money than to, because they liked what they were making.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, like that's kind of like I think that's the main trend. The ones that have kind of like lived past the big boom
Yeah.
have been brewmasters that like really cared about the craft
Hmm.
and were maybe trying to do something different or maybe trying to do something a bit against the grain.
Right.
Like locally here, we had one called Silver Spruce Brewing Company, and they actually did like a decent German. Again, I think another Maibach style, which again, you just never really saw them trying to do something similar to that.
Right.
They were producing older school, kind of like Pilsner style beers. Point is, they're staying away from like the typical IPA heavy kind of
Right.
like new brewery up and running, and it's just
Yeah.
like 15 IPAs and maybe
That
like
that's
one
what
Mr. Beer kit.
that's what always killed me is when I'd walk into a new brewery, you're in a new town, you're visiting, and it's like, oh, there's a brew pub over here, let's go to it. And you walk in and there's 15 beers on tap and like 12 of them are IPAs, just like,
Yeah,
dude, like, come on,
it,
man. Like,
just straight up trying to just like cater to what they conceive to be like the beer drinking crowd, but
right.
like the love of the craft just isn't there, and I
Yeah.
think that's what kind of killed a
I
lot
feel
of
like
these
all those
places.
IPA hipsters just like
I
messed it
know.
up, man. They messed it up.
They totally messed it up, dude. That was
Like,
like I remember. Okay, so the first IPA that I really kind of like fell in love with was probably the Two Hearted Ale from
yes,
Bell's.
yes.
When it first came out, and nowadays everybody's like, "Oh, Two Hearted." It's just like you can find it anyway. But I'm talking about like this was like a Kalamazoo company. If
Hmm.
you're in Michigan, you could get it. Now it's kind of like again, you can find it almost anywhere.
Yeah.
But like when it first came out, this was like a hella good beer. And like the weird, almost like sweetness with the heavy bitterness of the IPA.
Yeah.
Actually, let me take that back. Bell's Two Hearted was maybe the first one that I kind of fell in love with, but the first one that kind of like knocked my socks off was probably the Dogfish Head.
Oh,
They had
okay.
like
Yeah. What,
that
60 minutes,
30,
whatever?
60, 90, 120 minute ones.
Uh-huh.
And this again was like one of those companies that like they were just kind of coming in. I'm sure the people that were growing up in the Dogfish Head brewery area, what is it, like Connecticut or
I
something
think
like
it's like
that?
Vermont area.
Vermont.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's out that on that East Coast. I had never had that. And you and I got some of those older 30, 60, 90 ones.
Yeah.
And those are crazy good. I was like, what
Yeah.
is even going on with this beer style?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Those,
then
those,
nowadays it's just like something just like everybody's doing one, and it's just the same thing over and over again. I
yeah.
just
It's
kind of
like
got sick of it.
I get you have to kind of make what the market wants, but to the
Yeah.
point where it's like that's all you're making. It's just like
Right.
I don't know when it happened where they just somebody moved in and decided IPA is what the beer has to taste like.
Right.
Like I don't know
Right.
when that happened because it went from like maybe it was like just a pendulum swing because it was like
Yeah.
wheat beers, which are, very
Yep.
easy to drink, and then like it swung over to crazy IPAs, and like the more
Yes.
bitter, the more piney, the better. It's like I don't know when that happened, but it just
It was like a switch because like for a little bit there's only a couple companies really kind of doing them right.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden it's just everywhere.
yeah,
And I remember for like a couple summers, I was like, okay, this is awesome. Like this is a
yeah,
great beer style. I kind of like this. And then eventually I'm just like, I don't want to see another IPA on the menu.
right.
And I'm kind of still in that boat. Like you got to really win me over with a new IPA.
Yeah. I really got turned off when they turned the seasonal beers into IPAs. I'm just like, come
That's
on,
right.
dude. Like, I don't need
I
a
know.
winter
Right.
like double IPA. Like, no,
Yeah.
no. Give me a
Yeah.
that's that's not a winter seasonal. That's just an IPA that you couldn't sell the rest of the year, so you're slapping a Christmas tag on it. So it's like,
And I think you might be onto something here. Like I miss the days of like, because Bell's, I remember, used to do this pretty well. Like they had a
mhm,
very seasonal release schedule. Like I knew it was summer when Oberon started being on tap
yeah,
at places. Because I'm like, okay, finally, this is good. Weather's kind of warming up.
yeah,
And then as the seasons turn, maybe somebody's got like a chocolate stout on
yeah,
draft or something like that, you know? But like I miss those days where like seasonally with the weather, like there was just beer styles that were coming out.
yeah.
And nowadays, like I just don't really see a lot of that anymore.
Yeah. So do you, with all the breweries that are closing, do you think this is good? I mean, long term, do you think this is good that this is happening, or do you think this is just doom and we're like the beer industry's screwed? Like what do you think is like
I think it's probably I think it needed to happen. It's
right?
like again, it's the people that were in it for the right reasons are probably still in it.
Yeah,
Um, and I would even say that to the same point of like a company like Founders that becomes a household name nowadays.
yeah,
I don't know if they're still in it for the right reasons, but they were one of the lucky ones that got bought out by like a giant, company. So they
right.
kind of got an exit. So that's going to be a rare outlier case.
Hmm.
The ones that were just trying to do it cookie cutter or trying to become like the next Founders, which was, I think, a lot of people's
Right,
goals, those people are probably getting knocked out, and that's probably a good thing. We don't
right.
need a bunch of copycats. And then the people that have sort of been doing it, for the respect of the craft and maybe even trying to push the beer palates forward, those I think will still kind of stick around. So ultimately, I think it's good,
Yeah,
but I don't know where it's going though at the same time. Like
right.
the heyday for us was like I remember when we first got uh access to different beers from world market. Like it was almost like opening up a curtain of seeing stuff and like now that it's just so easily accessible, like where do we go? That's what I
Right.
don't really know. I'm not
It
sure
was
where we're
almost
going.
a fun thing with the hunt of finding something new. Like the hunt of the beer was always kind of exciting for me.
Yeah.
So, okay, I wanted to ask you, so with the craft beer scene in Traverse City, have you noticed, has it changed at all? Like when you go into the craft beer brewery or whatever, like has the beer setup changed or like how's that going like lately versus a couple years ago?
Yeah, here I think it's been pretty steady here, which has been kind of nice to see. But that could be my own little like bias though, because I kind of know where they've got good beer and good food and
Okay.
stuff.
Right.
But I haven't seen what I'm not seeing though, and I think this is indicative of what we were talking about with the companies closing down,
Hmm.
is you're also not seeing such an influx of new companies starting up either.
Right.
So right now there's just kind of like a couple that are more or less well established around here. Um, they've generated enough of probably like a little local following that
Right.
they can kind of keep things going. And again, for the most part, I would say that the people that are running them do legitimately care about the beer style. So when you
Right.
go in there, it's not a menu full of IPAs. They've actually got like a pretty decent eclectic kind of style menu. There's maybe
Yeah.
one IPA, maybe. Well, definitely, right? They'd be dumb not to have
Yeah, you
one.
have
So
to have
you
a
got to at least
couple at
have
least. Yeah.
one. But I don't think there's not more than two. max, and then everything else is usually like something that's kind of a little bit on the lighter side,
Yeah.
like a lager or like a pilsner, and then some middle of the road stuff like an amber, maybe some kind of like a stout or something like that.
Yeah.
So they all kind of, I think what is happening though is what I wish I was seeing more of is a bit more of experimenting or trying to push the craft a bit forward.
Right.
Like now what I'm seeing is everybody's kind of getting comfortable with just kind of like a decent, menu, but again, if you kind of go there, you know kind of what you're expecting.
Okay.
Nobody seems to be wanting to try to like figure something new out.
Okay.
And locally, that's kind of what I'm missing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's not, once you get outside of the US, the craft scene is a little wishy-washy. I feel like some
Yeah,
countries are like where the US was 10 years ago.
right.
Like you'll find some IPAs, but they're definitely not like the super extreme like bitterness. I mean, you, so which is okay, but I don't know, like at least where I'm at right now, you go to into most bars, and most bars might have like three beers on tap. Like
Yeah,
they might be like Guinness on tap, and then you have the local Chisk or whatever, and then like a random beer, and
nice.
you just never know. So
Right.
it's yeah. I have been there are two that I've found craft breweries on the island, which is like I'm glad that they exist because you can
Yeah, for
find
sure.
like some interesting experimental beers, but I mean experimental for which is like they had an
Yeah.
American stout is an experiment here. But
Right. Right. Right.
it's nice that for such a small place you can kind of find something, but I don't know. Craft beer once you get out of the US is I mean,
It's kind of like a u weirdly uniquely US thing, I guess, right?
right. Yeah.
Um, and I wonder where it kind of like where it picked up. I would have to like dig in a little bit more
I don't
and try to
know.
figure that out.
It almost seemed like people would try to outdo the other people and get like more extreme with certain things and certain flavors.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, let's see what we can put into this beer that's going to be just
Right.
like mind blowing.
Yeah.
I think I've told you about this. I went to a craft brewery in Iceland and they told me that they had like a caviar beer. It wasn't on
Oh,
tap
right.
when I went in, but I was like,
Yeah.
well, that sounds funky and interesting that I would have tried.
For
But then
sure.
I was asking what other kind of craft beers because I was interested, like how wild they get. And they said they had
Yeah.
the previous year they did a Christmas ale where they actually took a giant Christmas tree and just threw it into the tank. And
That's
just like
crazy.
it's
Yeah.
like, how did it taste? He's like, kind of piney. Like, okay, all right, that,
Naturally.
you know, makes sense, I guess.
What
So
what was the style? Was it like just an ale or what did they do with it?
I mean, they didn't really tell me much else. They just said they took their general or standard, yeah, beer and threw a Christmas tree into it. So
That's
I don't
That's
know.
awesome.
I should have asked if they took the ornaments off first,
Yeah, exactly.
before
Right, right.
it's kind of a glass taste to this
Yeah.
beer.
Little sedimenty in
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I'm getting tinsel on the tongue. It's
Exactly.
so
Yeah. Yeah. Does that pass the German purity laws? Giant Christmas tree in the vat?
yeah. That's the one thing with Germany. You can't get too
Uh,
funky with some of those places. So
no. No. Which I could appreciate. I don't mean to dog them, but like they just
right.
kind of they're very set in what they
Yeah.
do.
You're gonna get a good beer, but there's nothing experimental. You're not getting no Christmas trees.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
There's,
yeah.
there's no,
At the
but
end of the day, it feels very German anyways, right? It's
right.
like, yeah, it's a great, nice down the road, safe beer
Yeah.
that's good,
We've
but
been
we're
doing
not
this
we're
the
not
same
straying too far
way.
left or right.
Yeah, the same way for the last 600 years. We're not changing a
That's
thing.
it.
So
That's it.
it's like,
How arrogant, by the way. How
yeah,
arrogant is the fucking purity law for Germany? Like,
yeah,
come on.
yeah.
For
Our beers
600
are,
freaking years, you're just like, this is it. We have perfected it. You cannot brew anything except for this beer in Germany.
yeah. Just
Okay. All right.
close the
All right.
folder. It's like, nope, nope.
I mean, I
Can't.
don't mind a German beer. That
Yeah.
used to be growing up, that used to be like the gold standard. Everybody was
Yeah.
like, German beers are what you need to drink. But then it was like you and I would we discovered the Belgians we're like, you guys got it all wrong here, guys.
Right. Yeah.
Like the Germans are like, fine, this is a good beer, but like our first like Belgian foray was like I guess eye-opening. I was like, I can't
Yeah.
believe they could even do this with beer.
Right. Yeah. And then there's so many different styles. There's just like this. See,
Yeah.
they've been experimenting for like 5,000 years or whatever, 2,000
Mhm.
or however many, probably not that long, but they've been experimenting for a while. So they've got out their
Yeah.
all stuff. So Belgium was like the original craft brewery country or something like that.
I think it kind of was, right? Those freaking monks, man. They were like doing some crazy stuff there. What else
I
they had
mean,
to
when you
do?
got nothing
Right? Read
else
the
to do and you
Bible and
can't bang anybody, it's like, well,
exactly right.
us try to,
Right.
what's something? We got the Crusaders outside. We can't plow anybody inside, so let's just
Yeah.
make some weird beer. So
Just ecstasy in the mouth, man. That's about all they could do.
that's yeah. Hey, they survived the plague, so they had
Right.
something going on.
Right. Yeah. Got to give them a nod to that. That's impressive.
But okay, so while we close out our little craft brewery talk, I wanted to just get your opinion on like, do you have any favorite breweries that you've been to over the years where it just kind of stuck with you? You're like, okay, this one, like big, small, whatever, just like, you know,
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I that's there's a lot, right? We've fortunately in Michigan, especially, there's been a
yeah,
bunch. Um, and I try to visit some when I'm like traveling, but we don't just travel a lot. But
right,
I would say one of the more recent ones that I sat down at, this would have been in Wyandotte, Michigan,
okay,
the brewing company. And they did a Punchki cream ale, which I think I was
okay,
telling you
yeah,
about.
yeah,
This thing was wild, man. Like, first of all, the setting was cool. It's an older building, uh, like an old bank building kind of thing
okay,
that's been there for probably a long time. They gutted it, so it kind of had some like typical industrial type feel. Which I gotta say, just as an aside here, the modern microbrewery around here, they all kind of have that same vibe. I
oh, the
wish we would kind of
industrial
maybe move.
look,
Yeah, maybe try
yeah,
to just do a little bit of something different with that. We don't always have to be walking into like seeing the vats and everything, although that's kind of fun. But
right,
it's sort of played out. Anyway, though, this thing was like super light, super crisp, had that doughy, punchky type feel to it, a
mhm,
raspberry instead of like the strawberry jam type flavor in
okay,
there. And it was like a 7% ABV or
oh
something
wow,
close to that. And
okay.
it
Did it
did
have
not
like a
feel like
Was there like a
that kind of
lambic
beer.
taste to it at all, or not
Yeah,
really?
maybe a little, but so a little bit of lambic, but not quite on the it was more of a crisper, lighter sort of mouthfeel.
Okay.
Uh really good. I mean, like I really did not expect much out of it.
Right.
Ordered it mostly out of nostalgia purposes. My grandma passed away last year. She would always make punchki. So growing up, we
Oh,
would like have
nice.
these homemade
Okay.
punchki. So I saw one and I was just like, that sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Spelled the Polish, way. So I was like, let's give it a shot. I
Yeah.
think I'd actually ordered something like a an Irish cream ale until I saw that one. I was like, wait, hold on, change the order. Let me have this one.
Yeah. Actually, bring
And I
them
was
both
just like,
out. Bring them both
yeah,
out.
exactly. But that was pretty good. I mean, and that kind of it just goes to like again, like just trying to do something different. That's just like not the run of the mill kind of like it was a surprise. I think any place that has a cool surprise to me will go a long way.
Yeah.
But then the old stalwarts, dude, like I don't think you can go wrong with Bell's.
Right.
Um, I miss the Grand Rapids Brewing Company went down too, man. That was another one that
Okay.
was
Okay.
okay, but like they've recently gone the way of the dinosaur here. And unfortunately, they had some decent beers back in the day, and it was right downtown Grand Rapids. So
Right.
I missed that one. Trying to think. Up here, my favorites are probably we've got Earth and Nails. They do a lot of good stuff. Silver
Hmm.
Spruce. Uh, Filling Station does great beers. They're actually one of the first ones that did a not mass-produced brute IPA, which for a
Okay.
little bit there was kind of like a cool style, a different
Yeah.
riff on the IPA
Yeah.
that never really took off. I wish
I
it kind
like
of
the fruit
did.
IPA where it's kind of a
Yeah.
little wine aspect to it. That was just,
Yep.
I liked that.
Yeah. They'll bring it out every once in a while. I think it was
Okay.
maybe last year they had a brewed on there, um but yeah, solid stuff. Everybody's kind of doing the ones that are still kind of remaining now, I think have kind of got some staying power, which is good.
Okay. Nice. There were, okay, this is like a Swiss cheese memory, so maybe you can help fill me in because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember certain parts being absolutely hilarious. Um, but other parts is just like gone from my memory. But you were there, so maybe you remember parts.
Okay.
But so for anybody that doesn't know, I was married very briefly, like 15 years ago, and we were going, me, you, the ex, and your wife. We were going because to like a wedding dress fitting. And
Yeah,
then so my ex and your wife were gonna go to, and they were gonna drop us off at a brewery so
yeah,
that we could like go through the brewery and do our own thing. And I don't remember exactly what happened, but my ex, she did something, and I was like, if we do this, we're like the brewery's gonna be closed or something. If you do it, and she kept insisting, no, no, no. And then we
right.
show up, and it's just like it's exactly as I had said, and I just
Yeah.
remember I said something like smart ass. And I don't remember what I said because I could tell that you felt the same way, but you couldn't chime in. Like you knew you couldn't say anything.
Dude, we're just along for the ride, man. Couldn't get Bridezilla. We can say it now, but it was like the train was coming down the tracks and we were kind of standing right on the right on them. And it was
Right,
like if we said something, we would have been stuck there. We
right,
had to we had to kind of take
right.
an
Okay. But
exit
you
ramp
remember what I'm
off.
talking about, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. The brewery, I think, was actually Founders.
Okay, yeah. And then we
It
ended
was
up going.
it was pre-commercial like sale Founders. This
Right,
was like independent early Founders.
yeah,
And they were doing awesome stuff. It was like going to be a really cool thing to like see the actual process.
right,
It was like the closest one to Lansing that was doing interesting things with beer,
yeah,
was Founders.
yeah. We were so
And
excited to go, and then just like whatever. I don't remember what she did or what. I don't remember.
it was like a scheduling thing, or like we went on a Sunday and we should have gone on a Saturday. And it was like, nah, it's not even going to be open for like tours on. Either way, we had to. My memory is we had to pivot and kind of figure something else out.
We got dropped off at like a brew pub or whatever. I mean, we still got tanked.
Yeah, yeah, it was still fine at the end of the day, but
Right,
it just
right,
wasn't. It
right.
wasn't the beer experience that we were promised.
I feel like these are most of my memories from that relationship was just, but Chris and I still got tanked, so it was fine.
Right, exactly. Right, right. The end result was fine, but the
Yes.
moment leading up to it was maybe a little, little something to be desired.
I'm
Oh
sure I said
man.
something I was definitely not supposed to. And I was just like,
I do kind of I don't I wish I remembered exactly what was said, but I remember thinking to myself, I was like, that's a bold statement. That is a bold statement to be making to your fiance right now.
right, right. It's accurate, but you
Right,
probably
exactly. Right,
should not
exactly.
have.
It's a brave statement. I think everybody was thinking it, but
Yes.
letting it actually live and breathe, I was like, all right, this guy's got some guts here.
It's like, well, somebody had to say it.
Right, right, right. It's like,
Oh.
well, there goes blowjobs for a month.
That's okay. It's whatever. Uh,
Uh,
all right. I'll stick to two breweries for me that I'll cover. I'll go with the larger one, which one of my favorite that I've ever gone to was Omegang. I went to the Omegang
yeah, dude, in
brewery
New York, right?
out in yeah, it's out in where the Baseball Hall of
It's
Fame
near
is.
Baseball Hall of Fame, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's like,
Yes.
and it's cool because you have to drive up to it, and it looks like a giant Belgian brewery. I like it's on its own huge property, which is kind of the downside too, because you can't just walk to it. Like you have to.
Right, right.
drive to it. And it's the kind of place where you won't be able to drink all the beers in one day. Like you'll
Yeah,
have to come back multiple times. But that's
right.
the kind of place that I mean, there's a lot of Belgian influence, but then they got a lot of experimental stuff.
Yep.
And the swag though, the swag was cool.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
the store, I got a baseball bat with the Oma Gang logo on it. I mean, I was like, well, I got
Yeah.
that.
I still think that's like one of the coolest like pieces of swag ever.
Yeah, it's like who's gonna get a baseball bat at a brewery? I'm like, all right, give me some more beer. I'm ready. Like
Exactly. Exactly.
so, and of course, since I think Duvel helped set them up, they all the beers are solid, so you really can't go wrong with that one.
Yeah. Yep.
So I like them. And then there's a little, really small brewery. I think it's just called Tombstone Brewing Company. It's in Tombstone, Arizona.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And I mean, so you go to Tombstone, it's really just you go to the boardwalk where the famous OK Corral shootout was at.
Right.
And you can spend a couple hours there, but if you're planning on the whole day, you're like, oh my God, I don't know what else
Not,
to do.
not a
And
whole lot
if
there.
you
Yeah.
just keep walking down like the other side of where the boardwalk is, there's this like it looks like an Old West saloon, but it's just the Tombstone Brewing Company. And for such a
Nice.
small thing, the variety of beers just blew me off. Like they did like a Belgian triple. They had, I mean, the whole gambit of, I think they
Dude, a
had maybe,
Belgian triple in Arizona sounds wild, man. That's like a
yeah, it was,
weird.
and it was not like it wasn't the best I've had, but like I gave him
Sure.
props just for going after that thing.
That's what I mean. Just try it. Just give it a
Yeah.
shot. Throw it
That,
up
that's
there.
like, that's like me going after the perfect 10 supermodel. It's like
You gotta at least shoot the shot, man.
yeah. Although I mean they were probably closer to, making it than me. But I mean they had like maybe one IPA and they had like 15 beers and it was just like
Yeah. Yep.
they just every style you'd want it was they covered it. I was like this, I respect this. They're not getting pigeonholed into anything. They just so there was that, and I ended up talking to like some motorcycle like gang guy for 2 hours, and like I was just done. Like at some point, I was like, I gotta, and like his wife is like
It's
nudging
like,
him to
dude,
like
it's time
stop
to
talking.
wake up. They got the music playing. It's like
The giant
let's get
like
it going.
cane to pull him out, but
Right, exactly.
so
Yeah.
that was cool. Yeah, so I anybody's ever in around Tombstone, and go check them out. That was just a really cool, unexpectedly cool spot.
Damn,
So,
I wish we had gotten out there. We didn't have enough time when we
right.
came out to visit you out there.
It's
Uh
so out of the way. It's like it's not even
yeah,
off. So you have to do like a state highway, and so it's
right.
really not close to anything.
Again, as an aside, why does Arizona and New Mexico have such like cool like town names, but there's like nothing there?
Right. Oh yeah. I
Wait a
mean,
second, there's like this sounds like the most badass place to go, and then you get there and it's just like there's like what is this?
right. I mean, there's a town in New Mexico called Truth or Consequence.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, although they actually changed their name for a TV show. Like
Oh,
there was
that's
like a
right.
game show, so they changed it I don't remember the whole history,
Oh man.
but yeah, but Tombstone, that's just a cool that is an old West town name.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can't, I mean, I there should be plenty more there, but
Yeah. So
that's all right.
anybody that goes to southeastern Arizona, that's there. There's a little thing in Bisbee, which is cool, but fun little spot. That's not close to anything. It's kind of
Yeah,
a
no,
pain in the
there's
ass to get to.
dude, it's driving through there. It's literally desert. I mean, there's not a lot going on.
Yeah. When it says
Yeah.
next stop 400 miles, you better get your gas.
Yeah, right. Heed the freaking signs because they're not kidding around.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, I got a wild card topic
Okay.
for you.
Wild card.
And so this was based off of a few texts I sent you
Okay.
earlier. So I was at a bar and they had like just a regular menu. And for some reason, they had a Big Lebowski inspired menu,
Yes.
like
Yeah,
drink
okay.
menu.
Right.
And
Yes.
but they didn't have any other movie like based cocktails on the menu. So the Big Lebowski just kind of
Right.
like it's like all right. Of course,
So they pick one.
you
It's
have
like,
the White
sure.
Russian for the dude or whatever, but then they had a
Yep.
different cocktail for each. character. And of course, the
Right.
cocktails, they're all just like White Russian variants. And so they got kind of
Yeah.
lazy with the whatever, but I respected the inclusion of the Big Lebowski or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. I see where they're going with it. You know,
Yeah,
can't
and
hate on
because
that.
they had a cocktail for Jesus, and I told you that I thought they
The
really missed the
Jesus.
mark by not including 8-year-old scotch in
Yes.
that cocktail. And you can even
Right. He was
call it
right
eight.
there.
You call it 8-year-olds,
8-year-olds, dude.
dude.
8-year-olds,
Like
dude.
people either you get it or it just goes right over your head.
It'd be so hilarious either way.
Yeah.
Yeah, total missed opportunity on that.
So my wild card is we if we could make a cocktail for each character, like the main characters of the Big Lebowski, like what are the ingredients for these characters?
Yes. Okay. Let's redo their menu a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll admit I thought about Walter. I had to stop myself after thinking about Walter. I'm like, okay, I can't ruin this. So I'll give you my idea for Walter. You can tell me if I'm
Yeah.
way off.
Okay. I got an idea. Let's see how close we are.
Okay, the Walter is you have to start with black coffee. Like that's
Yes.
that's
Okay.
that's the base.
We have the same base.
Okay, you got to put in some just like Jack Daniels or Jim Beam. There's got to be
Yeah.
an American thing. And
Yep.
then
Yep. Beamer, I think would be better. But yeah, keep going.
wait, what was that?
Jim Beam, I think you got to
Okay,
get a
yeah.
little down in the dirt with Walter, I think. So the
Okay.
Jim Beam I like.
So Jim Beam in the coffee, and it comes with a shot of like Miller Lite or PBR. And
Yes, right. Sidecar.
yeah,
Yeah,
sidecar PBR or something. And that's the
right.
Walter. That's I was like, there's nothing sweet, there's no extra additives. It's
No.
just coffee, whiskey,
Whiskey,
beer.
sidecar of beer.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. My thinking was Irish coffee, except you couldn't do Irish whiskey with Walter. You had to go with
yeah,
some American sized thing.
yeah.
I love the sidecar. I think that's a great add-on too.
Right.
It's like a take on a shot and a beer with Walter, but you
Yeah.
get the coffee,
You gotta
and it's
get
got
the
to be
coffee.
diner coffee. It's got to be
Yeah,
just like straight up
absolutely.
sludge black coffee, no cream, no sugar.
No. It's got to be
Drop
one
the
of those
shot.
white ceramic mugs that you get at the coffee shop. Like,
Yes, exactly. Yeah. No, that's like quintessential Walter for sure.
okay,
Yeah.
that's the only one I did. I wanted so we could just spitball the other main characters.
Let me bring up the characters real quick here so we can go through them. Even though I kind of know them, but
So we got, I feel like
well,
the dude, we can't just give him the White Russian. We got to do something more like what
yeah.
liquors are inspired by what would, I don't know. Or,
Yeah, what would the dude drink? I mean, obviously the White Russian's the obvious one. You could have the White Russian dude, but he
right.
didn't do anything different to it. It was just he
No.
just happened to be a dude that liked White Russian. But did the White Russians really actually like meld with the dude's personality? Like, I don't know that it really kind of did, right?
Right. I mean, he was always, I mean, the movie starts with him smelling the milk. So you got the milk of the White Russian, and then there's like
True. Right.
coffee Kahlua. So it feels like he's got to have something, kind of nothing sweet. He's just more kind of a chill, a relaxing drink, I feel like.
Yeah, I can see the dude sipping on like a uh I want to say maybe like a Mai Tai kind of a situation.
Okay.
Um the dude could still be like some kind of a riff on like a Sex on the Beach kind of guy.
Yeah.
Let's see, what would the dude I want to say something with kombucha,
Okay.
like a
I could, yeah.
kombucha kind of cocktail,
Okay. Yeah.
which is sort of a fermented thing anyways.
Right.
Ginger, maybe get some ginger in there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So like kombucha, ginger, maybe some lemon. Uh, what else can we? And then we got to get what's the heavy alcohol in there though?
I
Vodka.
mean,
Fuck it, just vodka,
right.
just like typical White Russian, but just like just dudify it. So like a
Right.
kombucha style cocktail for the dude.
Maybe he seems like a kombucha kind of guy. I feel like if the updated Big Lebowski,
Yeah, back then they probably didn't get that far out there.
right. It's funny that he starts off the movie watching. What was Bush talking about Russia when he said their aggression won't stand?
Yeah, this
Or
aggressive won't stand, man. I
so
think it was
was that
I
no?
think
That
it was
was
like an Iranian hostage conflict, wasn't it?
that's right. That's right. Okay.
I think it is. I think it's George Bush the first.
Yeah, that's right. I was thinking it'd be funny if they were talking about Russia and he's drinking a white Russian, but
Right.
that'd be that'd be too on the nose.
I gotta look it up. This aggression will not stand. I think it is that. Oh no, it was Sodom. That's right. We're idiots. It was Sodom. It was the first desert war.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. We don't know our history that much.
Yeah, that's
Also,
fine.
the giant Fossers is starting to get to my head a little, muddling my head a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
it was good old Saddam Hussein, man. This aggression will not stand. It was the
Okay.
Iraqi aggression against the Kuwaitis.
Yeah. Okay. And I could also see the dude drinking this Mai Tai-esque kombucha thing in like a tiki he seems like a
Yeah,
tiki bar kind of guy. Just the guy that sits in the corner with the sunglasses on.
that's what I mean. Just kind of like, just likes the vibe. It's
Yeah.
definitely a hole in the wall place. It's a place
He
that you would kind of only know if you knew it.
yeah. Yeah. So
That's
okay.
what I'm thinking, at least.
Yeah. So okay, we'll do him. Then let's go to Donnie, the Invisible Man.
Good old Donnie, dude. Um,
I feel like everything's got to be clear because Donnie kind of can
yeah,
vanish and you don't really.
I know,
Is he
right?
really there? Is he not? I don't know.
That's like the theory. I think even Jeff Bridges kind of came out and said something about how
Right,
he thought maybe it was a figment of Walter's imagination.
right.
Um,
If it wasn't for
although
that
like
one time that the
he
dude,
like directly
yeah,
directly addresses him, but for the most part, the dude never actually directly addresses Donnie. So I like the Invisible Man side of things. Um, I feel like he's kind of one of those guys that wants to fit in a little bit.
right,
So like you know, as much as this sounds kind of like weird and dumb, I'm gonna go with like a just like what's a more interesting take on a vodka soda for Donnie?
right. Yeah, I was trying to think if there was like a clear version of like a Cosmopolitan, but
Yeah,
yeah,
like a basic, girls drink vodka soda,
right,
but like you got to Donnie-fy it a little bit.
right. He is a little wussy, so
Yeah,
so I mean,
like a vodka soda with a splash of grenadine in there or
okay,
something
yeah.
like kind of like twisted up.
So just a hint of grenadine, so you know he's kind of there,
Right, exactly, right.
but
Just
he's
a
fading
tiny
away
little
as he's
bit.
going.
Right, right. Yeah.
Okay, okay, I like that. We'll do Jesus, which I think has to have the 8-year-old
Oh,
scotch.
dude, you got to go with
Like
some kind of
8-year-olds,
eight.
dude.
I
8-year-olds.
think it's just like an old fashioned with like 8-year barrel type stuff. Oh wait, hold on though. He's kind of flashy though. The
Right.
old fashioned isn't really up his some kind of flambe drink
Well,
with the
and
8-year-old
he
scotch.
loves like the tongue thing. So maybe we do like
Yes.
we
Oh,
rim it in
like
like sugar or salt or whatever. So it's one of those rim glasses that you lick.
yeah,
But
yes.
yeah, but it's definitely based in we got the 8-year-old scotch. Like I'm trying to think like do we do it like kind of like a Cuba Libre but with scotch? So you got
Oh,
scotch, Coke,
yeah.
maybe a lime, and then
Yes.
rim of sugar on it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So you
Yeah,
can get the
with
tongue
some
action.
Bacardi 151 on the top so you can light it.
Yes.
So
Oh,
get the little
absolutely. Yes, you
flambe.
got to be able to light that thing.
You gotta light it.
Yeah.
I think something like that. Something like that would be good.
I like that. I think people would get that too. The
Because the 8-year-olds is just it's just right there. They needed it. And
eight
then
year.
throwing in some like 8-year-old scotch or something like that.
Yeah.
They totally
That's
missed the mark there.
yeah. I like
Not
that
that we're
drink.
making fun of this.
I think that's a
Movie.
that could be a really good we'll put that
Yeah,
on the list of bar when
Jesus.
we open our own bar. It'll be like, okay, this is for
Yes, exactly.
8-year-olds, dude.
But Jesus. Well, why did they do a sequel of this? Not to detract us, but
Yeah,
come on.
I
I don't think the Coen brothers were involved in that either, were they?
no, it just
Terrible.
I'm
Terrible.
maybe I'll watch it at some point, but I don't know.
Who's
But
next on your list?
let's do
I'm waiting for Bunny
yeah, let's
Lebowski.
just go straight to Bunny. Let's just let's end it on Bunny because we
The,
can keep
the
going.
toe.
So let's end it on Bunny.
Dude, she's like a wild one, man.
Right.
Um,
I mean,
but
she's a
she it's some
tequila.
some mix of the blowjob shot with something else kind of like on top of it too.
Right,
You got to
right,
kind of combine the the like what do you call it? The more look at me, look at what I'm doing kind of a thing with those
right.
shots.
It's
But then
almost
something on top of it.
she's definitely like the tequila margarita kind of thing. I feel like we got to put some like something that looks like cash on it because for the
Right.
cash machine.
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
maybe you do one of those things where there's like it's not a coaster, but it kind of like it dissolves into the glass, but it looks like money. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're paying for the blow job, the that's underneath.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
The aesthetic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Something. I like the cash machine nod somehow. That would be
Right.
really
Or
good to do.
yeah, just this or some way, I don't know if there's something there's this I'm sure there's like garnishes that look like money that you can, put on.
Get some
Or
gummy toes to throw on the bottom
gummy
of it.
toe. Oh, you get those chocolate gold coins as as a garnish. So you get
Yeah,
the
yeah, that
chocolate.
would work. Right. Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
but it's got to be poofy. Well, can we? What are the drinks? The
Oh,
drinks
some
that
egg
you
foam.
yeah, you get the foam or like the egg white that you shake and it gets
Yeah.
really foamy.
Yes. Right. Something with that. What's
So
like a classic egg foam cocktail?
is the pisco sour is a classic
Yeah,
one
I
with
think that's what I'm
that.
thinking of. I think yeah, something a riff on the pisco sour. Yes.
So I think we take out the pisco, we move in tequila.
Oh
And
yeah, gotta
so
have
you got tequila, you
gotta
got
have the
like
tequila.
the sugary thing, and then we just need something that's like pink to make it kind of go with the poofiness.
More her.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know
Yes.
what's a pink liquor that
Just do a what's in a Cosmo? Is it just grenadine again?
that might be
Or what is it with
cranberry
the
juice, I think. It could
that's
be
even better.
tequila
Cranberry juice
cranberry.
works.
Actually,
Cranberry juice makes sense.
that's not bad. Tequila, cranberry juice, the froth of the
Yeah,
egg, and then
right.
like the sweet or the sugary thing. That could actually be really good, man.
I'm thinking. I actually think we've got like multiple good ideas on this
Yeah, yeah.
here. I cracked open the good old Godzilla PBR to follow up with the Fosters as an aside.
Okay.
Honestly, I would have the Walter drink. I would have the Donnie one was just kind of funny.
Right.
Um, the Jesus one sounded actually kind of good too.
That could, yeah, yeah.
And then the Bunny Lebowski one. I
The
think
bunny,
I
yeah.
we should get some ingredients and try them out.
I think so. Yeah, we maybe on one of these future videos we can be like, we can taste test
Yeah,
these
like
drinks.
what it should have been.
Yeah, yeah.
I dig
So
it.
I don't know if we'll find out if anybody liked this ending, but maybe in some of these future episodes we could do other movies or TV shows for drinks for these actors.
Yeah, I
But
think it's a cool concept.
yeah, I just think it's fun and
Anytime you see that on the menu, it's like a fun thing.
yeah, like and if you're a fan of that TV show or movie, like, well, yeah, let's try that out.
It's like I
Like,
gotta go with that.
yeah, and who doesn't want to like ask 8-year-olds, dude?
I know exactly.
Like 8-year-olds, dude.
Right. 8-year-olds, dude.
Like
Uh,
that's just funny.
good old Walter, man. He
Yeah,
was on it. He knew exactly what was up
right.
with the with the Jesus.
Yeah. But all right, that's all I got for today. So I hope everyone enjoyed our little beer talk for the month, and make sure to like and subscribe and comment, and if there's any topics you want us to talk about, and some of these future episodes. But
Yeah, the
I don't
dudes
know.
are back.
Yeah, we're back, man, and it was fun. So I don't know. We'll catch you guys later.